Hi everyone, and I'm back for another Mixed Media Monday, and today we are doing the gel medium transfer technique I was telling you about last week onto a canvas. We're not doing our art journals today. This is what I did for my mom and my mother-in-law for Mother's Day, and what it is I took a photograph of my kids and I transferred it onto a canvas using gel medium, and so I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. So remember, like I was telling you last week, you have to have a toner based copy of your photograph that you plan on using. So I just took my picture to the local place that I get copies done, and I had them blow the picture up. They did a little larger than the 11 by 14 that I'm doing, but that's okay. I just kind of marked where I'm going to be putting it on there, and I did it in black and white because I wanted more of the distressed kind of look to it, which I'll show you how it does on its own anyway. So make sure, once again, like I said, make sure it is a toner based copy. That's all it needs to be. Regular copy paper. That's all that's needed is just the toner base, and you can do color or black and white. I chose to do black and white for this one. And simply all you do is you take your gel medium, and I'm using a medium gel matte. I don't want, you can use glossy, but I didn't want the glossy sheen to it. I want a matte coverage. So I'm just taking some on my brush, and I'm going to cover my canvas with it. Now you want to get a nice even coat on here, but you don't want to get it bubbled too much, and I'll show you what happens when you get too much gel medium in spots, because I had a canvas with an oops on it that had that issue. So I just paint the gel medium on. Get this all up. And you need to make sure you get it everywhere where you want the picture to be, because if you don't have the gel medium there, it's not going to transfer, because the gel medium is what absorbs the ink from the photograph and then puts it onto the canvas. So I'm going to take my picture, and I'm going to, there's something on it, make sure it's okay, and I'm going to line it up onto my canvas. And then what you need to do is you need to take something, just using a rewards kind of thing, and you want to, from the center, and you smooth it out completely. You're going to get it all smoothed out. You don't want any ridges. All these little bubble ridges. You want to work all of those out, because and I'll show you on that canvas, the gel medium transfers everything, including these ridges. If you have a ridge, it's going to transfer the ridge, and I'll show you how it did that on one of my son helped me do one of them, and he didn't quite get. Go, just keep smoothing and smoothing, because you want it very smooth. This is actually this right here is one of the hardest parts. Make sure it is down. Actually creating some ridges by using that right now, so I think I'm just going to use my fingers to get the rest of that out. Okay, so now you just take, we've got it all nice and smooth. And now you take this and you just put it aside. Do not mess with it. It's got to dry at least for 10 hours. You've got to make sure that gel medium is completely dry before you do anything with it. Then what you get is, this is one that we've already started. What you'll have is, when it's dry, you'll have it like this. And just like last week, all you do is, okay, I'll show you how this, here's a spot with complete paper. You just wet that paper, let it really soak into there, and then you just simply start rubbing. And you rub that paper. Wait, now I'm going to tell you, this is going to take a while. And so don't get frustrated with it. Because you are going to be rubbing paper off for several hours, because when you think you have all the paper off and then it dries again, you see more paper. So you just have to kind of keep coming back to it and rubbing more and more until you eventually get all of the paper off. But as you can see, we've already exposed, I'm shaking my table here, we've already exposed more of the picture on the canvas. Okay, now this is the canvas that kind of messed up. That's why I still have it. I'm going to show you. I'm sure you can see right here. It literally went ahead and transferred the ridges. And then this right here is where my son touched it too soon and pulled some of the picture off of it. So once again, that's why it's very important. You've got to just let it completely dry. But I think I'll go ahead and distress it or do something else with it. But also with this kind of thing, if it kind of messes up, all you have to do is gesso over this, and this canvas can be used again for whatever you want to use it for. So it's not a complete waste if your photograph doesn't work that time, because like I said, you just gesso over it with some white gesso, start again with whatever you're working on. I want to show you this completed one again. But what's really neat is, see, like here, you can see where some of it kind of rubbed off. As you're rubbing, when you're rubbing, some of it kind of comes off. This right here, these lines right here actually came from with the rubbing and it going against this board, which gave it more, I think, dimension and texture to it. Here, you know, it had some rubbing off. It really gives it this really nice distressed here. It gives a really nice, fun, distressed look to it, and it makes an amazing gift. To give a really quick one, you only need about, I'd say 48 hours at the most to be able to do this, because you do want to make sure you give yourself enough time to get all that paper off, because it does take a little while to get that rubbed off of there, but it is completely, just totally worth it once you get it. It's too fun. So I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of these. We're repainting our living room here in the next couple of months, and I've decided that I'm just going to take a lot of my favorite photos of the kids and family and do a whole bunch of different size canvases and just have them all over one of the big walls in there. And like I said, you can do colors, you can do black and white, you can do a mixture of them, I think is what I'm going to do. But like, again, the main thing for all of this is just to have a toner based copy of whatever it is that you want the transfer to be. And when it comes to your gel medium, it doesn't need to be anything fancy. This is the Liquitex. You can get golden. I think there's another brand. Michaels might sell. But you want, there is a soft gel medium and a medium gel medium. The medium gel medium works a lot better for this technique. It grabs the ink better. So I do suggest you get the medium gel medium. And like I said, you can do the gloss. There's a semi-gloss, a high gloss, where if you want the photo to be more glossy, like here I didn't. I wanted that matte, older, distressed feel, so I went with the matte gel medium. So there we go. I hope you all give it a try and let me know how it comes out for you guys. And again, everybody, have an artsy day. Bye.